Coming to a Wednesday's play, you've had many hours away from the venue
40.
now, and now Hood does a Robin Hood. Where he goes,
72.
I think it'll be 16s. It is. It's 2 darts at double 12. Oh,
Game,
great finish.
shot. And the match,
And a great
Scott
start
Taylor.
to the day from Scott Taylor, who's just reeled off the last 3 legs in what was a little bit of a cagey clash. The players knowing what's at stake, but now Taylor, well, he has made his move. He moves 4 clear of Justin Hood in the table with that victory. Beat him 4-0 yesterday, 4-3 from 3-1 down today, and it was a finishing, what won it, 4 out of 7 for Scott Taylor in that match. Now Luke Littler can answer when he plays in a couple of games' time, can close the gap to 2 points, and of course still has Taylor to play. But before that, it's Jelle Klassen against Matt Clark. The same.
So I'm a little bit surprised that you overslept this morning. I thought you'd have been bouncing out of bed in anticipation of spending another day with yours truly as Matt Clark gets his first chalk on the board. And how with a lovely ball
Fifth
finish.
leg, it's Jelle to throw. Jelle, you require 40.
But this for the win. And he
Game,
gets it,
shot.
and that will be
And
a
the
little
match,
bit of a relief
Jelle
with Clark
Klassen.
waiting on tops himself there. But Klassen grabs a 4-1 victory that puts him in the conversation for the top 3. As for Matt Clark, well, you can rule any such thing out for him. Stranded at the foot of the table on 6 points. Klassen, though, moves up to 10. That is just 2 behind Justin Hood and Luke Littler. Littler in action after the break. He takes on Mike Warburton. Pretty much
Luke,
even
you
on
require
legs, depending on the
170.
scoreline in that one. Warburton will be out to stop him. He'll look at 156.
134. Mike,
Gonna
you
have to
require
take it out.
156.
Not had a dart or a double yet in the opening 2 legs, and he's not going to get a dart or a double here.
Well, we were talking about the performance
60.
against Warburton yesterday, a
Luke,
108.
you
We were
require
talking about the
36.
performance in the final against Richard North, a 109.
Game shot in the third
Here,
leg.
Luke
Littler.
Littler is in that territory again. He leads 3-0, and he's averaging in excess
4th leg, it's
of
Luke to throw
107.
first. Game on. 60.
Pretty sure he'd
Luke,
go
you
for it as
require
well if it's on.
170.
Ever in doubt.
145.
Oh, so close. Well, it would have seen him post a personal best
Yep.
at the Super
It would
Series,
have been over 110 had that ball gone in.
but it looks like he's going to make the perfect start.
180. Luke, you require 25.
No dart at double for Mike Warburton in this match,
9.
but maybe that will change now.
Mike, you require 101.
It will be 281 in 6. It's now going to be
69.
Luke back
Luke,
two
you require
eights.
16.
for full zip. In he
Game,
goes.
shot. And the match, Luke
Well,
Littler.
winning legs in that match of 13, 16, 13 and 17, an end average of 101.90, 85.45 for Wolby. Didn't get a dart at a double. Only 180 in the match. Came from the man defeated full zip, Mike Warburton. Right, when we come back, Justin Hood, desperate for a win, up against Jelle Klassen. MSS Darts on Twitter, and Murph has got that page open, so you'll come direct into the comms box. Any good ones we'll read out.
Just a lot of people are making the same mistake that we did, which is which 3 qualifiers have made their Saturday night's final in respective
Justin, you
weeks.
require
It
111.
does relate to Series 3 only. I'll have to have a word with Henry about the phrasing of the question.
Yeah, the previous 12 weeks you're looking
Game
at.
shot in the third leg. Justin Hood.
A great finish from Hood.
14.
Klassen might just pick his pocket. Well,
Game
it's another
shot
one.
on the fourth leg.
15
Jelle
darter, 15
Klassen.
darter, 15 darter, 15 darter.
And back-to-back ton plus finishes. Oceans and can often be left back on 150 plus. Well, that's taken off of
138.
your average in effect, so it brings your average down. But whenever I do commentary on James, I tend to focus more on the winning legs.
120.
Well, we might get another 15 data here. We might get another three-figure
Justin,
finish. We've got
Uruguay,
111
112.
from Hood, 114 from Klassen, and now he's looking at 112. It's on. Double 16. Well, the
Game shot on
symmetry
the
in this
fifth
match
leg.
is remarkable.
Justin
Every
Hood.
single leg completed in precisely 15 darts, and 3 of them, the last 3 in
Sixth
fact,
leg is yellow to throw
with three-figure
first.
finishes.
Game on. 16.
But if Hood hits this, he can pretty much confirm
Game,
Klassen
shot,
in
and the
Group
match,
C
Justin
as
Hood.
Hood keeps his hopes alive of winning this group. A game that started fantastically. 5 successive 15 dart legs and 3 three-figure finishers, including the 112 and 114 you can see there. But as the game neared its conclusion, caginess set in, and it was Hood who held his nerve and his throw in the decider to keep himself in contention for winning this group. But a big match in that race coming up next. Scott Taylor can pretty much seal it if he beats Luke Littler, but if Littler wins, then he goes level with Taylor on points. This is a huge one. Don't go anywhere. Luke Littler about to go first. Double 16.
Game,
he is.
shot,
It's a
and the match,
thumping win
Luke
for Luke
Littler.
Littler. A bit of revenge for a man who's beaten him twice this week. Scott Taylor, well, having got that victory against Justin Hood, probably felt he just needed to beat Littler again, and the group would have been his. But it's oh so different now. Littler continues this fabulous spell of form, a 96.97 average, 40% on the checkouts. No ton topper in there for a change for Luke Littler. But what has changed is the league standings in this group. They're level on points, but he goes top just. Coming next, Matt Clark meets Mike Warburton.
Mike, you require
He
51.
won't be doing that if Warby pins this.
Yeah, it'll be a 4-1 win and a tidy performance in the mid-90s.
Game, shot, and the
It
match,
is a
Mike
win
Warburton.
for Warburton. And another defeat for Matt Clark. That's now 7 on the spin for Superman, who won't be feeling too super at the moment. But Warburton, well, he struck his stuff in that game, a 161 checkout to kick it off, an average of 93.19, a point more than Matt Clark, but 3 legs more than Matt Clark. And though it looks like these two players will be in Group C for the rest of the week, Warburton can take great confidence from that win. He'll take on Jelle Klassen in his next match, but coming next, a huge game at the top of the table. It is Justin Hood against Luke Littler in a few short minutes.
155.
If he were to win, to give it a question, oh, hang on, hold that thought. Because
Game shot on the first
is
leg.
a brilliant hold to
Justin
throw
Hood.
from Justin Hood with a brilliant finish, a 155 to win the first leg.
Justin, you require 122.
We're not seeing the big scores, but we are seeing the big finishes. And here comes another one. Well, he's just stopped his little focus there,
Game
but it
shot on
didn't
the
stop
fourth
him
leg.
pinning the double.
Justin Hood.
On the 19s there to leave a double, as it is.
Game,
Tops, and
shot,
he gets it
and the
done
match, Justin
in
Hood.
a very, very solid performance from Justin Hood. 92.65 for him, 90.44 for Luke Littler. You know, 180 in the game from Luke Littler, but another one of those blockbuster finishes. A 155 this time, and look at that finishing. As the saying goes by Bobby George, schools for show, doubles for dough. Right, when we come back, Jelle Klassen against a resurgent Mike Warburton.
40.
Yeah, the inside wire. Warby tops after 12 for a very good win in a very good performance.
Game, shot,
and that's
and the match,
exactly
Mike
what it was,
Warburton.
an average of 97.57. Missed opportunity for Klassen to pick up another couple of points. 40% on the doubles for Warby. And a high finish of 81. 10 missed starts at a double for Klassen. Well, it will be Justin Hood and Luke Littler cheering on Matt Clark in the next one as he faces Scott Taylor.
Matt, you require 112.
Needs something just to ignite his day. That may be
Game
it.
shot in the third leg. Matt Clark. Require
The
20.
decline gone down as a missed double. Certainly missed 6 in this leg, hasn't he?
Game shot.
He does win the
and
leg.
match, Scott Taylor.
He wins it 4-2, and he means he goes 2 points clear at the top of the table. You can see that he's been given a workout there. He knows how big that could prove to be come the end of the day. Scott Taylor getting over the line in the end after some double trouble towards the end of the match, but he pulls clear after 13 fixtures of 15 in this group. It's Taylor on 18, Hood and Littler on 16 points, and we're going to see their next couple of matches. Littler up first. He takes on Jelle Klassen after the break. Michael van Gerwen do it, and I've seen him do 113 bull, 13 bull as well.
Game shot on the second leg.
17 done the
Jelle
conventional
Klassen.
way by Jelle Klassen. Jelle Klassen's
you
left.
require
Well,
118.
exactly. Surely it's safer to just go for a straight ton to leave double 16.
Klassen opting against bull 18
Game
bull, but
shot
still
on the
taking
third
out
leg.
118.
Jelle Klassen.
Has he got Luke Littler's number?
Require
Yellow here, playing with
120.
a lot of freedom. It's this man under the pressure.
Game shot on the
and
fourth
he
leg. Luke
responds.
Littler.
And that's a third consecutive ton plus out.
Luke, you require 41.
So, to get the win, and it's a well-earned one as well, but he's missed a big number there, so it's only one dart double.
Game
But that's
shot.
all he needs.
And the match, Luke Littler.
Luke Littler does get over the line. The match had its moments. Jelle Klassen threatened in many of the legs. Took out ton-topping checkouts in 2 of them, 117 and 118. The 120 from Littler, the highest checkout of the match. And a dozen darter to win it. And he then poses the question to the next couple of players coming up. Justin Hood, who takes on Matt Clark in the next match, and then Scott Taylor, who Littler has just pulled level on points with at the top of the table. And the run-in is well and truly on. Don't go anywhere.
72.
Currently 3 from 5 on the outs. It's the 48 to leave 24. He hit the double 6 last time.
Game shot.
hits it again
and the
this
match,
time.
Matt Clark.
And Matt Clark finally ends this losing streak in a victory that harms Hood's chances. Matt Clark, a 92.08 average, but the finishing was excellent in that one. 4 out of 7. Hood himself only had 2 darts at double in that game, and defeat means that he could be out of the race after the next game for top spot, because Scott Taylor could pull himself 4 clear of him, and it becomes then a 2-horse race for that first position. And just for now, Justin not quite assured of a top 3 finish either after, well, a hiding for Hood as Matt Clark wins 4-1. Double 16. Wow.
Game shot.
Wow.
And the match,
Well,
Mike
what on earth has
Warburton.
just happened there? Mike Warburton, credit to him, 4 out of 5 on the doubles and an average north of 100, basically averaging 15 darters throughout that game. But look at that from Scott Taylor, an average less than 70 for the table topper, and he's not the table topper anymore because the margin of that defeat means that Luke Littler, without throwing a dart, has just leapfrogged him on legs difference and can strengthen that position when he takes on Matt Clark next.
When he was 17, and that was broadcast on television in the Netherlands.
Didn't that
Game shot in the
snooker player
second
Sean
leg.
Murphy hit
Luke
one when he was
Littler.
about 4? To wrap it up,
Game shot.
and Luke
and the match,
Littler
Luke
is
Littler.
the first through to finals night on Champions Week. It is a fabulous display to seal it, but the last couple of results have turned everything around in the blink of an eye. Scott Taylor had the group in his grasp but was beaten 4-0. Luke Littler responded by winning 4-0 and now cannot be caught. He wins Group A, and the 16-year-old sensation will be on Saturday. Coming next, Taylor licking his wounds. He takes on Jelle Klassen, and then there will be a winner-takes-all match for position 3, so do not go anywhere.
Back to the Modus Super Series. I'm joined alongside the first man to make it through to Champions Night on Saturday evening, Luke Littler. Many congratulations.
Thank you.
Just describe those first 3 days in your own words.
Well, I've played well all week. Obviously my ton plus checkouts have helped me a lot. My 180, my scoring powers helped me, but just to get over the line without relying on the last 2 results is just even better.
Do you feel like at times everything has clicked together?
Well, yeah, but I think people would probably say that I switch my stems and flights, but if I lose, I'll switch something different, and then I've won 2 on the bounce, and I think I'm going to stick to them.
Is that a mental thing where you just feel like sometimes you just need to have that little bit of a change to make things feel a bit more settled for yourself?
Yeah. Obviously, if I don't win a game, I'd fix about and see what's right, see what's in my case, and get on with it.
It's the second time you've played in the Group A here at the Super Series. It's the second time that you've won it. What is it about this format that makes you feel so comfortable?
I think it's playing 3 days rather than being in Group C and playing 2 days. But obviously, if you don't get many wins on the Monday, you've got Tuesday and Wednesday. But I think I've done myself well.
How are you going to spend the next couple of days?
Got my Xbox with me, so I think that'll sort my days out. And obviously, I'll have a look at the Group B and Group C.
And then Saturday night, Champions Night, the big occasion, and it's going to be one of the biggest nights of your career.
Yeah, obviously it's the biggest prize fund that I've played for, well, apart from Lakeside, but yeah, I just can't wait to get going now.
I bet you can't. And Luke, many congratulations from all of us here. We'll see you on Saturday night. Couple more fixtures to go for us, though, here in Group A at the Super C. Still a fair bit to decide. Next up for us, it's Scott Taylor in action up against Jelle Klassen, and watching it in the commentary box, Chris Murphy and Chris Mason.
Require 114.
114 for Klassen tops.
Game
yeah,
shot in the
nicely
first
done.
leg.
Well, Taylor,
Jelle Klassen.
you can probably forgive him for being a little bit like a rabbit in the headlights. He will have no idea what's happened over the last half an hour or so.
Jelle, you require 107.
Good match.
Very.
Good
Game
win
shot
for Jelle
and the
Klassen.
match. Jelle
Signs off
Klassen.
with a victory. 4-2 against Scott Taylor, who probably was still licking his wounds a little bit. Did put on a much better showing than that fatal 4-0 defeat in his previous match. A 95 average. Jelle Klassen was too good. The 118, one of 3 ton plus checkouts for Klassen in that one. 97.91. He will take some confidence into Group C. But who will be going with him? It'll be Justin Hood or Mike Warburton. One of them will be in Group B. Whoever wins the last match of the day, a straight shootout for a top 3 finish coming right up. Justin Hood to fend off the
17.
fight, and now he's missed his chance to
Mike,
finish
you require
second.
40.
3 clear darts for Warburton. Both players have had opportunities,
Game
but it
shot
will be
and the match.
Mike Warburton in Group B. He has climbed the ladder today and pipped Justin Hood at the post. A title contender in Group A for most of the day, Justin Hood. But he will have to play in Group C on Thursday afternoon. Mike Warburton with an excellent return today. 4 out of 5 matches after losing his first, to find himself in 3rd place at the expense of the man he's just beaten by that 1 leg that he just won. A breaker throw in the decider. Well, it has been a breathless end, a whirlwind finish to this group, and I don't envy Chris Mason trying to pick the bones out of it. He's with Henry.
Chris, thank you very much indeed. Let's begin by reflecting on that final game. Justin Hood had a couple of darts to finish second. He now finds himself 4th, and he's going to have to come back for what you like to call the red eye.
Yeah, well, I was saying to Murph, I don't think it carries as much fear for the players now, especially the ones playing in Group A with the revised 1 o'clock start. Yes, it is a disadvantage because only 2 from 6, where had he won that match, he'd have been in Group B, and there's a 60% chance of qualifying because it's the top 3 from 5. But all in all, from where he was after Monday, not a bad couple of days.
How would you assess Mike Warburton's day today? Because he went up through the levels today.
Yeah, he managed to find another gear and just show a little bit of resilience and dug in there and got his just rewards. It was a moving day for Justin yesterday, and it was Warby's turn today, and he'd be disappointed that he didn't do enough damage early in the group, because he's got the levels you need to sort of win a Group A. But I mean, that performance there, he missed 9 darts at a double and still on average approaching 97.
Well, let's have a look at the table at the end of play, because our victor, Luke Littler, is the first name confirmed into Champions Night on Saturday evening. And boy, did he cross that line in style. Yeah,
I mean, other results around him, we said maybe it could come down to a few spoilers, and that's exactly what it was. A couple of players who were effectively out of the equation in terms of winning the group, beating players above them, and sometimes that's how it works out. But Luke Littler, for me, the best player in the group, and just about squeaked it in the end.
I know we're going to see another couple of days of action. There's some players we haven't seen yet, but is he putting down a marker as the favourite for Saturday evening already?
I think in some of the performances where he's, anything over sort of 97, 98, he's had lots of them, and what he does, he looks comfortable in doing them. And one of the most impressive aspects is when he's been pushed into matches that have gone to a deciding leg, or it's 3-2 and it's against the darts. He's produced on 3 occasions, one match where he produced a 10, last night in the final match an 11, and today a 12. That's showing that he's got all the elements you need already to be very successful.
And also, we should state, twice he's played here at the Super Series. He's now never played on a Thursday or Friday because he's won Group A on both occasions. Scott Taylor was the man who narrowly missed out in the end, and it was that 4-0 defeat to Warburton that cost him. Yeah,
it just all went wrong. Well, he was threatening to put in a bit of a stinker. His last couple of averages were sort of one in the mid-80s, one in the low 80s, and then he backed out with that 69. But you can't take away from Warby's performance, because he just didn't allow him to get in the match. 60 darts, 4 legs, 100.2 average. Thank you very much. So sometimes you just got to put your hands up, and on that occasion, Warby was pretty unplayable.
Is it a case of now him going back to the hotel room, spend the next day or so just trying to forget about it and go again tomorrow?
Yeah, he's fine. He's down in the practice room having a chat with Barzy, and yeah, he's fine. He knows where it went wrong for him, but what he's got to do is take the positives from the levels that he has played at and displayed over the last 3 days, take them into tomorrow night. And listen, they're both horrible groups and they're both going to be tough, but he can't not go into Group B with being confident.
Well, Jelle Klassen and Matt Clark are going to be the other couple of players that are going to be playing in Group C tomorrow and Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. How do you assess their chances in that group?
Yeah, I think it's tough, isn't it? It's tough because they've all showed points, but it's all about consistency. Matt Clark has that consistency level pretty much 90% of the time. You know where he's going to be. You know the numbers he's going to put in. If you're not somewhere near your B+ game, he will give you trouble. In terms of winning it, things would have to go his way a lot, and he'd have to find another gear for me.
So it's that time of the week where we can break things down. There's still a number of players we are going to see tomorrow and Friday in Group B and Group C we haven't even seen yet here at the Super Series. So this is how the bracket for Champions Week breaks down. Then, well, we have a look at that Group B. John Worsley won all the way back in week 1. Daryl Pilgrim won just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and I think that would be an advantage because he'll be fresh off the back of playing and getting success. John Worsley's had to wait 3 months to come back. Yeah, that's another horrible group. Mike Gillett, Mike Warburton and Scott Taylor. And then you look at Group C, which sometimes can be the easier of the two groups. Not for me. Jacob Taylor was highly impressive when he managed to end up losing in the final to qualify for Champions Week. We've seen plenty of Justin Hood already, even just this week, to know what you're going to get. Matt Clark gives us his reliable stuff, and then Owen Bates and Steve West. Well, they were brilliant, weren't they?
I think it's going to be a fun Aces Acca tomorrow and Friday in Group C, isn't it?
Yeah, you might as well just put all the names and just draw them out of a bowl or something, because yeah, it is hard. It was hard to pick a winner from this. We thought it was going to be Scott Taylor, then we thought it may be Justin Hood, and then we're thinking, well, maybe Luke Littler, and in the end, it was just one win separating them.
Well, we cannot wait for tomorrow and Friday. Chris, thank you for your company
Pleasure.
up here on the balcony today. Thanks to you as well for watching wherever you are tuning in from. Tomorrow and Friday will be double session days, but here on Wednesday at the Super Series, Luke Littler booked his place on the big night. Bye-bye for now.